The following podcast contains adult themes such as drinking and violence. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, hello, and welcome to Table It, a micro RPG podcast. I'm Tim, one of your hosts and the editor of this fine production. Table It is an excuse for me to get my friends Matt, Max, and Manny to play micro RPGs with me for our... Oh, can I do math? For our fifth episode, we're going to be playing the 2012 pregame challenge created by Tim Patton. That's me. And you can find it on itch.io if I ever publish it. But yeah, so we are going to get started with this game. The world might be coming to an end. The apocalypse sounds pretty terrible. We'll leave it to the Maxes and the Wallies. When this one happens, we'll let this one go by in a blur. The plan is to get really, really, really drunk. And if you play this game, you probably should too. We'll be playing this sober because it's noon on a Saturday, and Matt and I got really drunk last night.
The super soft birthday party went the wrong way.
So we're a little hungover, which is like kind of appropriate to this game. I'm going to be playing Jim Bob, he, him. He is a dart hustler who can crush beer cans on his head. Matt, who are you playing as today?
I'm going to be playing Bill, the high school football champion, who has proceeded to show up to the bar every single week in his authentic jersey, and is always heckling. Doesn't matter if it's the TV, the bartender, the dart throwers, no matter what. And he's never missed a flip.
Hey y'all, I'm Manny. I use they, them pronouns. Today I'll be playing a high school drama teacher. She is she is a woman of a certain age, decked out in shawls and big chunky jewelry, rings on every hand. She was born, her name was Dorothy Clutterbucket, but she spent some time in New York, and you got to get a stage name if you're going to be part of the union there, so now she goes by Peggy Malone.
I tried. Okay, so Matt can't keep a straight face. Man, would you mind doing a second take of the last bit there?
Yes. So she was born Dorothy Clutterbucket, but she spent some time in New York, and you got to get a stage name if you're going to be part of the union. So now she goes by Peggy Malone.
We're leaving all this in, by the way.
Oh, and her pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. Thank you, Manny. Max, who are you playing today?
Hi, my name is Max. My pronouns are they, them. I will be playing Ruby, pronouns she, her. She is a little old lady with a shock of white, fluffy hair who wears huge, bedazzled, rhinestoned cat-eye glasses. She rolls up at the bar every day to play the pull tabs and drink 7 and 7s. She has a passion for cars and has restored her own muscle car in the past, and this has given her the fun party trick of being able to hotwire anything for a bet.
All right. So we're going to be playing as a bunch of bar regulars who don't plan on surviving this apocalypse. The apocalypse we decided by pooling a bunch of resources together and just picking random things out of a hat. And so the apocalypse we have chosen is 5G causes the rapture, but Jesus is a giant chicken who rises from the depths. The depths we have chosen is Lake Superior. So our characters are going on a road trip from the bar, which is also a bowling alley, in... Let's see, where is that located? Somewhere in Minnesota. And we're going to travel all the way up from the Twin Cities to Duluth. And on the way, we're going to get really, really drunk. And we are going to have ourselves a fun apocalypse. So, on the table, we have a few pieces of paper. We've got our character sheets, which have 5 boxes. That's our drunkometer. Our goal is to... not get too drunk and pass out, but to have a lot of fun. We are tracking our fun using the funometer. If you're playing this at home, I recommend using as written, the large pint glass that you pour shots into to keep track of your fun. But we're going to be using an 11-pieced dial, a clock, if you will. An 11-tick clock. We also have another clock, which is a 4-tick clock, merely keeping track of how much time we have until midnight when the world ends. So, are we ready to get started? Let's dive in.
Great.
To play, the player most comfortable with improv goes first. I'll go first because I know how it works. And what I do is I present the player on my left with a problem that they need to solve so that we can get to where we're going, view the apocalypse as we like. And then that player will then attempt to solve the problem, explain how they're going to do it. They get to add dice based on their abilities, how prepared they are, if someone's helping them, if their jobs or party tricks are relevant to the particular challenge. So the first problem we run into is that let's see, we're starting at the bar. And I think the first problem we run into is that the car is out of gas. So whose car are we driving? I imagine we're driving Ruby's car.
Yeah, Ruby's car is a powder blue 67 Mustang.
Beautiful. So there's just enough for 4 people to sit into it, right?
Yeah.
Just like
I call shotgun.
Ah, shit.
That's fine. I can sit in the back.
Oh.
You know, in my time in New York, I was in the back in the chorus line, so I'm used to being kind of fading into the back there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Jim Bob also in the back. We started on our trip to Duluth, but the gas is low in the car. We're not going to make it all the way. So my question for Bill is, how are they going to acquire us enough gasoline as the world is coming to an end?
I mean, it's simple, you moron. There's a gas station up here. We're just going to turn left. As you want a backseat drive? We'll backseat drive. Come on, let's go.
All right. So everything in this game is a roll.
Mm-hmm.
You have 1 die to start with. You just get 1 for free. And then you add a die to each job, skill, or party trick that is relevant to the solution.
I mean, I would argue that the heckling is relevant to a solution entirely because I'm yelling at you for yelling at us.
Sure.
But I don't know if that actually qualifies.
Jim Bob is not the one pointing out that we're low on gas.
Okay.
I'm just giving you the example of what the problem is.
Then in that case, no.
You've just noticed, like,
Yeah.
oh, we're low on gas.
But like, if you wanted to say heckle the person that is at the gas station who refuses to give us service or whatnot, then that is how you can solve the problem.
Well, I mean, I'm not cool enough to say obs, but yes,
Okay.
that the world is ending. They don't care about their job. They don't care whether the pumps are working or not. They're basically planning to lock the doors and enjoy what booze is in there, or if anything. I mean, it's a gas station.
Yeah.
We're driving from a dive bar to a dive gas station. There's something hidden in the back room. They're enjoying it.
All right.
But of course I'm going to heckle them to get them to actually turn the pumps on for us.
All right. So that's
They're not on wireless. We're fine. Come on, do this.
So that's 2 dice. You'll get an additional die if your job's relevant. But that is your job. It's heckling.
Your job. We're putting that in major quotes
Yeah.
because it says in the rules
A job or hobby.
a job or a hobby. So
your
heckling is
your
the hobby.
Your hobby is relevant, and your party trick is not relevant, I think.
No,
Flips.
there's
Flips,
absolutely
yeah.
nothing I can flip here to
Okay.
do this.
That would be unwise, I think.
And then if one of us wanted to assist, we could also add an additional die. Or you can just do this on your own.
I think I'm going to do this on my own because you guys are out at the car handling stuff, and I'm the one who's more than willing to walk up and yell at somebody.
Right.
So here goes.
All right.
Ooh.
That's a 6 and a 4. So a 6 is a straight success.
Woohoo!
A 4 or 5 is a success. So, but you with this game, you rolled your dice pool, and you take only the highest die from the pool. If you played Blades in the Dark, that is how the mechanic works. So a 6. Oh, I've noticed a thing. So the success, you add a yeah. So if you succeed, pour a shot of water into the pint. So we're gonna check one of our phonometer clock ticks. If you had failed, so okay, 6 is a success. You tick the clock. A 5 or a 4 is a success and a check to your drunkometer, so you get more intoxicated somehow. A 3 to 2 is a failure and a check to your drunkometer, and 1 is a failure and you don't add a check to your drunkometer because you're not even getting drunk. Come on, that sucks. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so then now, why don't you tell us how Bill actually handles the situation?
Well, I mean, it's pretty consistent. We pulled up to the gas station, and Ruby's there trying to pump the gas because ain't nobody touching any kind of workings of the car.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way the world works, and we're all okay with this. But pump's not working. We tried swiping a card. We tried hitting the pay inside. Nothing's happening. The lights are on inside, and I can see plenty of people all hanging out behind the counter and going between that and the back room.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody doing nothing. So it's one of those of, like, we're all standing around who really gives a shit. I'm the one who walks up, tries to open the door, finds out it's locked, and basically winds up just banging on the glass and yelling at the people inside until all they have to do is hit the button.
Right.
Nobody cares about the money at this point. Just hit the button, let us get the gas and get out of here. We'll get out of your hair.
Yeah.
And it's how many sports ball games have y'all been to? I gotta ask this.
IRL?
Yeah.
As players?
Yeah.
I've been to one sport putt game
Okay.
and a couple baseball games.
Okay.
I've been to a few baseball games and some Lynx games.
Okay.
I played the cymbals during band at a football game.
Oh, if that
in
counts,
middle
I've been to
school.
lots of football games, high school football games.
Honestly, I think those actually count the most here because the number of irate parents yelling at the ref.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I am that,
man.
except the ref are the cashiers.
Oh no,
Alright.
you're one of them.
I'm a heckler. What do you expect me to do?
Ah.
Excellent. All right. So the employees of the gas station thoroughly heckled. They start the pump. The car is filled. Now, Matt, before you take a bite of that donut, I need you to present a problem to Manny's character. What was your character's name again?
It's Peggy Malone.
I hate you.
You knew it. You fucking knew it.
Get those backwards, but it's okay. It's an audio medium.
Yeah. So Matt, what is the problem that Peggy Malone solves?
When I can breathe again.
Sure. We'll take a minute.
I mean, we're planning to let it go by in a blur.
Yep.
Ruby's driving, so pretty obviously ain't nothing going that way. Mm-hmm. But I toss I flip my flask back over my shoulder, and there's a drop.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not good. We got to get you some refills there. And I think Peggy pulls out her giant drama teacher duffel bag, her purse that is the size of a duffel bag, and she unzips it, and she's got a full bar in there because what high school drama teacher does not have a bag full of booze at any given time? And she looks over and she says, "What can I get you, Bill? I can do a nice gimlet or maybe a cosmopolitan, and let's see, we can do some. I got some gin and tonics. What sounds good? What can I get in this flask for you?"
All right.
I want to respond to character, and I can't.
So everything is a check. So you're gonna roll some dice to prove that you can get alcohol for Bill there.
We're flying down the freeway. How accurately can you pour?
Ooh,
Yeah, that's kind of the
excellent,
key
yeah.
question, right?
Ooh, yeah.
So you get 1 dice for free. You just get one already.
Okay.
You get to add a dice if your hobby or job is relevant. And you said this was your drama teacher bag.
Yeah, my drama
So,
teacher bag.
I think that's relevant. You got a die for that. And is your ability to read star signs really, really, really good? Gonna help you with this.
I cannot think of a way to make that happen.
And is anyone assisting with this? We were able to like pitch in whatever your assist might be. So if you're like, I'm trying to pour, keep the car steady, then like you can assist by keeping the car steady.
Yeah, I
Wait,
think I'll
pick a
assist.
lane there, Ruby. Jeepers creepers.
Hold your fucking horses. Just make it.
All right, I guess
Are
I can.
you
I'll do my
assisting it
best
now?
here.
Yes, I am.
All right. Add an
Okay,
additional die because-
I'm hunched over the steering wheel and trying to keep it in one lane.
Oh, that's 2 6s.
Hey,
Excellent.
nice.
All right, so that's a tick to the funometer. Good job.
And then
Let's be honest here, Ruby. We know you're an old lady. This is the first time you've ever driven like one. Come on, let's get out of here.
Well, he's got a point there. So do I get a tick on my?
You rolled a 6? No.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you rolled a 5 or less,
Got
you
it.
get drunkometer ticks.
Nice.
All right, so you successfully pour a drink for your friend. What's that look like? What did you make?
I think she looks over at Bill and says, "Well, you look like a Sagittarius to me." And she just like takes some like just whiskey and rye and like shakes it up in your flask. Doesn't spill a drop. And like she's got like the flask between her knees and like one bottle in each hand. She's made a funnel out of like an old playbill for the high school production of Cabaret, and she's funneling it in there. And
You
shakes
sure it
up.
wasn't a syllabus?
Oh, I don't use syllabi. No, you see, theater is all about feeling, and you can't get that from a syllabus. No. And she tosses it up into the front seat. And as she does, she's like, "Oh, jeepers! Look at that, Ruby! Look up ahead!" And there's a whole flock of deer blocking the road. Have clearly seen the writing on the wall, and the deer are fleeing the woods.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So how do you prevent the car from being impacted by a bunch of deer?
Yeah. I think I just stub out my cigarette and yell, "Hold on!" And I stomp the brakes real hard. You never want to swerve. You never want to lose control of the vehicle. Just hit the brakes, and I'm just going to
All right.
squeak to a stop.
Roll for it.
Okay. So, in this case, I get one for free.
Uh-huh.
I will say that my hobby probably has something to do with it. My
Sure.
familiarity with cars.
Yeah.
And this car in particular that I worked on and restored myself.
Yeah, so go ahead
So,
and roll
did you?
2 dice on that.
I don't think my background as a gambler is helpful, though.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us can really assist on this one. I can't come with anything clever.
No,
I
I
mean,
don't think so.
short
It
of me
depends on which one of
yelling,
us
"Look
saw
out."
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Okay, I got double 5s.
Okay, there we go. So that is a success. So you get 1 tick to the drunkometer or funometer, and then because it's not a 6, you get 1 tick to your drunkometer. So you might not be drinking and driving, but you're getting tired and feeling good somehow. You got the adrenaline kick from like almost hitting a deer.
Sure.
Yeah, you're feeling,
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, Ruby is not drinking and driving.
No. Ruby's
Just to
gonna
make that abundantly clear.
Ruby's gonna catch up with the rest of us when we get to Duluth.
Yes.
All right, now, so you slam the brakes, tip the car up on those front wheels, dodge the deer, and we continue driving.
Indeed.
As the brakes slam and we swerve around, Peggy just goes, "Woo!"
As we squeak to a stop and everybody in the car is like like in that way that you do when you're like narrowly avoiding an accident. Ruby kind of glances up in the rear view where there are hanging fuzzy dice, of course.
Of course.
And looks back in the mirror at you, Peggy, and asks, "Hey, Hey, when we ran out of the bar in a hurry, did you grab any Seagrams from behind the bar?
Oh, I didn't grab
Some
from
7-Up?
I didn't grab any from the bar, but I got some in this bag, and I just hold up a bag and
Hey, wonderful.
in my bag. So I got you, you know.
Okay, once we get there, I'll have you fix me a drink.
All right.
I immediately start putting I have like 4 different shakers. I'm putting it in the shaker.
Nice.
I'll keep this for later. I have a giant Nalgene bottle that I just keep things in.
All right. So why don't? So now is your turn to present Jim Bob with a problem.
Yep. I think the problem is we are heading northbound on a major freeway. We'll say it's 35, and the traffic is beginning to get snarly at this point, and it's all backed up with people all heading different directions. Some people trying to head north into Canada, some people trying to escape south away from Lake Superior, where apparently shit is popping off. And the traffic is snarled and backed up. Cars are overturned. There's been some accidents. People walking around on the road, with bags and stuff. And it's just madness. I think the problem that happens is the car can't go any further. We need to leave the car and go on foot. And Jim Bob, I will say maybe you are leading the pack, leading our group. How do you get us through the traffic jam safely?
Okay. So I think what Jim Bob is going to do is he is going to... So we're going to walk to, like, the head of this traffic jam.
Yeah, maybe find another ride or get a bus.
So I think he's going to spot some people that are, like... Their car seems to be functional. It's like a Camaro or something. Like, it's a decent car. And they're standing on the side of the road, and they're just sort of, like, yelling at each other. So what Jim Bob is going to do is he's going to walk up to him, and he is going to, like, engage with them, and he's going to do a bar bet.
Okay.
For their car.
Okay. Ooh. Cool.
Because they clearly are... They don't seem to give a shit. Like, they're already schwasty, and they're not interested in getting anywhere. So I think Jim Bob's going to try to hustle him.
Negotiating.
Yeah. So if y'all don't mind, I'm going to take an additional die for my Dart Hustler hobby.
Absolutely.
So I have 2 dice.
Can we assist you in some way?
Sure. How would you like to assist Jim Bob?
Here's my question: do you want assistance?
Sure, I don't mind.
I mean, it's easy enough for me to assist. What, you think you can't handle it? We're not going to do this? Come on, like
so you're going to hustle them.
I'm going to heckle them.
Real good cop, bad cop situation here.
Heckle them into the hustle.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so I'm rolling 3 dice because I'm being assisted. All right.
Can more than one person assist you?
No, just one.
Okay, just one.
Ooh, I rolled 2 3s and a 1.
Oh no!
So 3 is highest. So
I forgot I wasn't supposed to heckle you.
It's a. I mean, they didn't want to give their car, so it's a failure. I don't check the drunkometer, and I also tick one of my drunk boxes. So in my bar bet, I pound. The goal is for them to drink 2 shots before I finish my 1 pint.
Okay.
They have 2 shots to drink. I have 2 pints to drink. But I let me go first. Let me finish 1 pint before I start my second one. And I go to, like, put the empty pint glass over their second shot glass. Which is a classic bar bet. Because you can't touch my drinks. I can't touch your drinks. Like, if you touch my glass, you lose, kind of shit. It's a classic one, and I whiff it.
Oh no.
It's a car body I'm trying to do this on. And
Yeah.
I put the glass on, it all crashes to the ground, and he goes like, "Oh, you cheated me." And then he swings at me, and I just like finish my other beer, and we all walk away.
Oh no.
Oh, golly jeez.
So now
Tough luck there.
so now we're just walking down the road. And now what I'm gonna do, because we have hit the end of our first hour.
Okay.
So we check one of our doomsday clocks, and now we do another round of this, but
Okay.
the direction reverses. So now
Ooh.
I'm giving you a problem.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So let's see. This is a problem for Ruby.
Okay.
So it's dark. We found a potential option of where we can go. We are almost to Duluth at this point.
Okay.
Ignoring how long the drive actually is, we got most of the way there.
Yeah, sure.
But now there are a tangle of streets, and a bunch of the power is out. And we don't know how to get to where we're going. So we need some navigation skills. Which one of these paths are we going to take to get to Superior?
I mean, you can try to use your phone, but the 5G is what caused this in the first place.
Yeah, the 5G is collapsed, I think.
Yeah. The 5G is too powerful, actually.
Well, and
Yeah.
keep in mind the rapture has happened, so like half the population is gone.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Or currently leaving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're walking.
Like,
we
you
just
occasionally
see,
see a person just like slowly rise into the sky,
Amazing.
slowly,
what tarnation?
slowly growing feathers as they ascend.
Yes, amazing. Perfect.
Peggy's like, wait a minute, chickens don't fly.
They do a little bit, says Jim Bob. They can kind of fly, like a little bit.
I mean, when was the last time you tried to throw a live one?
Thursday, I believe.
Yeah.
It's part of the freshman improv show.
You know, when I was younger, I saw a chicken that really could walk around and talk to people like a parrot. True story.
Fascinating.
True story.
Cool.
Well, okay, so I think
Jim
Ruby.
Bob doesn't believe Ruby at all.
That's true. That's true. Let's see.
I got worried for a moment there. I thought you weren't talking in character.
No. Yes,
Wait.
I was.
Okay. I was gonna say,
I'm not
that was-
doing a character voice because I'm bad at voices. Let's see. How does Ruby solve this? I think Ruby is in a situation where she has been to this area before,
Okay.
but it was many, many years ago. And so the roads have all changed, and houses are different colors, and landscapes are different and stuff like that. But she has like a rough memory of how to get there. I think what she does is it'll be a gamble.
Yeah.
It'll be a gamble for it. So I think she. Let's see. Would I have dice on me? Would I have something like that?
We got some pull tabs.
I do have some pull tabs that I scrounged from the bar before we left. So yeah, I'll do a little.
I mean,
do a
all you
little
have to do
pull
is
tab.
reach around the plastic barrier.
Yeah. I'll do a little pull tab and gamble for it.
All right.
And
So
see.
if you win money on this one, we'll go right. If
Yes.
you don't if you don't win money, you'll go left.
Oh,
got
I
it.
see. I see what you're saying.
Yep.
Got it.
I think in this case my background is relevant as
Sure.
a gambler,
Yep.
but not my ability because we're on foot.
Correct.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
3 and a 2.
Ooh, so that's a 3 is a failure, so we don't get our phonometer checked, and you get an additional drunk tick.
I think in the fiction of this, it's late. We've been walking now for a while. I think I have been steadily making my way through the contents of your bar duffel bag, and I'm starting to weave and bob, and I'm starting to struggle to keep it above water.
Excellent.
Ooh, it's starting to get a bit chilly out here.
Yeah.
All right, what is the problem that Peggy finds?
So I think I think we start making our way into visualizing Duluth. I think we're basically starting to like make our way down the hill into downtown, and we're approaching, I don't know, Canal Park.
Okay.
And there are a number of people and various like hazmat suits and like official looking personnel. Some mix of like National Guard and different people who are blocking off the area. And we want to be able to get close enough to see what's going on and find a place to post up, but we can't get through. So how do you convince them that we should be able to pass?
Oh no.
Would you like some assistance?
Sure, I can take some assistance. I have some real swing for the fence ideas, but go ahead. What would you like?
No. I'm just suggesting. Go swing for the fence first. I'll see if I can help.
So I want to walk up to one of the hazmat groups and kind of just chat them up a little bit. And it looks like you boys are doing some cleanup around here. Is that right? Well, we're here from the checks notes. Duluth community players here to give you a little entertainment while you guys work. And I'm like winking at my companions to try to maybe steal hazmat suits and like pull a Wookiee gambit.
I love it.
And then she says, "Well, I can tell you're a real Taurus. You're very hardworking, and sometimes it's good to take time out for yourself and just enjoy the show. The world's going to end anyway, so you got time to watch our little musical number, don't you?"
All right. So are you going to use both drama teacher?
Oh, I am.
and your skill at
reading
birth charts.
reading birth charts.
Yes.
I'm going.
All right. That's 3 dice there. Does anyone
I have to help with this one. Number one, because you have been cracking me up with this accent way too much. And number two, on the personal side, I am a veteran. I have worn mop gear before. I know exactly how rough it is to get in and out of this.
Yeah, not a delicate process.
Like, legitimately, in training, within 3 seconds of being told gas, 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 I could get my mask out and on and sealed. However, it took me another minute and a half to get into the full set, which is what you just described. So that was with training and like months of practice. There is no way in hell we're doing this easy. So legitimately, I'm using my willingness to yell at people and just like stick myself in there and be up and big, and I'm legitimately I'm a human prop for you.
Okay, all right.
And maybe helping distract a little bit
Exactly.
from like ancient Ruby, like trying to like pull on different pieces.
That's what I am big, I am angry, I'm wearing a giant purple Vikings jersey.
Love it.
All right, here
Jim
we go.
Bob's trying to pull up over his beer guy like.
Easier than you'd think. Those things are huge.
That's like all fives. I got
3
one.
5s and a
3
1.
5s and a 1.
All right, a 5 is a phonometer success and a drunk.
Woo! Yeah, so I think Peggy, she's like, "All right, boys, let's get them." And she takes a shot, and then she, da-dun, da-dun. Come on, boys, we're going to paint that town. And all that jazz. And she's doing like a reverse striptease. And she's like getting into it and like trying to, and like just does the full Chicago number.
Oh my God, I love it.
It's not good.
Okay.
Chuck, the security guard, is loving it. He was before he joined the military. He was a theater kid. Like he lives for this shit.
You have no idea how easy it would be to make National Guardsmen happy by doing that. Like, the number of people who would be watching you just going, what the hell? Like, what's happening? And as soon as they realized what was going on, like, if the world was ending and they knew there was no way to stop it, the actual guardsmen would not care.
So
Their leadership probably would, but they're also probably off dealing with something else because that's reality. As soon as they figure out you're doing a reverse striptease, they're going to get such a kick out of it.
All right. So, what problem does Bill find themselves with?
I think once we get past the National Guardman, I think a lot of people had the same idea that we did. So there's like people just like have picnics out and like it's like a tailgate party where they've got like grills going, and we can't find a place on the beach. And I'm like, well, where are we gonna sit down? Oh, beans and rice. We came all this way and can't find a good spot to watch the end of the world. Well, that just really cheeses my grits.
So it's up to Bill to find us a nice spot.
Nice spot where we can see the apocalypse.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
in December in Duluth.
Duluth on
Yeah.
Lake Superior.
Is it December? I was imagining it was summer.
Oh,
Because it's
I
New
don't-
Year's, isn't it?
yeah. This is
Oh
this is
shit!
20 this
It's
is
New Year.
2011.
Oh
Yeah.
balls. Okay.
It's unusually warm.
Unseasonably?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember in 2011 when it was really strangely warm?
Yeah, it was like 60 degrees
yeah.
at midnight. It was weird.
Wait, is that true?
I don't know. Did I live here then?
I was like, I don't remember
I don't think
that
I lived
at
here
all.
then.
I
Maybe
didn't
did.
live here
I don't know.
at that time.
We could probably Google what the weather was.
Yeah.
That would make wonderful radio.
That's good TV. So, Bill, the former sports person, current sports fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably been to a few tailgates.
Yeah.
More than a few. So it's pretty easy to pick our way through, pretty easy to find out who's willing to share what they got, who's willing to just chat, and who. It's also just as easy to figure out who's on the opposite side and refuses to share anything with you. So we're making our way through, and I'm basically snagging hot dogs left and right and passing them back to you guys.
Nice.
And we were just kind of making our way through, and I'm getting just enough word about, we tried to go up by the North Shore. We're figuring out where to go. This particular spot wasn't right. And I found out that there's actually a town, there's a township about, it would have been a 10, 15-minute drive out of town, just straight north, east along the shoreline. It's going to be a bit longer because we got to hike at this point, but there's a spot, ain't nobody there, and there's plenty of real estate and a fantastic view. Because
Great.
someone was telling me about the fact they had their dock there, and they'd actually had to remove the boat because the whole thing had been iced over.
Yeah.
Got it.
So we got a perfect viewing spot.
Excellent. You got to roll though.
Yeah.
And is this the hike, like getting us on the hike, or like finding out this information?
This is the finding the information.
Okay.
So I went a little bit backwards. I should have rolled before I
No,
brought
it's
that
okay.
up.
That is the goal on
Yep.
how to get there. So you're rolling one die for reasons, another die for heckling,
I'm
or is it for your other one?
The background.
Did we
The
get to
background,
use the
right? The
Yeah.
sports
Yeah, the-
fan.
Yeah. So the two ticks are your hobby and your talent.
Yeah, so no, I actually don't have one. Because the sports fan isn't the sports fan would be part of the heckling because that's
Yeah.
how I got into it, was yelling at the refs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, you've got that. You can heckle other sports fans in the kind of fun way that sports fans heckle. Like, oh, look at look at those Packers over there, a bunch of hooligans.
Meanwhile, I'm walking by in full mop gear with my Vikings jersey on the outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Peggy has her shawls and her jewelry on over the hazmat suit.
I took the hood off because I was having a hard time seeing through my rhinestone glasses.
Yeah. I would actually argue that you could do your flip shots to like ingratiate yourself to
Oh yeah,
people too.
you walk out
Yeah.
there. They're playing beer pong or whatever, and you do some
Yeah.
little flip cup. Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. So I'll take 3 on that one.
sure.
Does anybody want to assist or no need?
I'm not certain how I could.
I don't really know either.
I suppose like I could try to hustle someone for it, but I think you're probably gonna be fine with those 3. There's a 6.
Ooh, yeah.
What'd you
Alright.
roll overall?
2, 4, and a 6.
Okay.
Even Stevens.
All right.
We should get in the habit, by the way, of saying aloud what our rolls are.
yes.
I noticed we didn't do that the last couple games, and I think we should because people can't see what we rolled.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You telling me that we don't have cameras?
Ugh.
Oh shit.
I mean, I'm
God.
All right. So you have successfully found us a place to be. However, there's one more in this round, I believe. Is you gave me a problem
Yep.
to Jim Bob.
Well, I found the spot,
Uh-huh.
and I know exactly where to go, and I know exactly where there's going to be good real estate with just enough shelter from the wind that it's going to be perfect. Now the issue is we got to figure out how to get there.
Ah.
Because we could walk.
But it's decently far.
It's about a 10-minute drive in the country, 10, 15-minute drive in the country. So it's probably going to be near a 2-hour walk,
All right.
if not more.
Jim Bob doesn't like walking much, so he's going to try to find us some wheels.
Wheels.
So, I get one for dice. I don't think I can use my dart hustling to get us any wheels. I tried that once already, didn't go well. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that again. And then so crushing a beer can on my head, very useful talent. Oh, I've got an idea.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna crush a beer can with someone else's head.
Ooh.
So I think Jim Bob's gonna do himself a headbutt and try to take someone's car.
Ooh. I can assist.
I started to say you can hotwire anything.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so maybe it's about a distraction.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
I can actually go in and...
That sounds good. So Jim Bob's gonna get up in someone's face and try to intimidate them with his beer can crushing to get them to give him his car, and you're in the background just stealing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I've rolled a 6 and a 5 and a 4, so that is a straight success. So I think what how this looks is Jim Bob is like looking around for a vehicle because like we got to get moving. We see a what is the dumbest car that the four of us could find ourselves in?
PT Cruiser.
Oh, a PT Cruiser is perfect. You had that on lock. All right. So there's a PT Cruiser sitting there, and it like every PT Cruiser now is just like rusty and terrible. Like they did not age well, and there is no upkeep that anyone can do to keep these things running. No one's making a second version. Like we're out of PT Cruisers. So this crappy PT Cruiser, Jim Bob was like, no one's gonna miss this, and we walk up to it, and then this like middle-aged white dad with a fanny pack walks out, and he's like, "Hey, you're trying to take my Carter, bud?" And Jim Bob is finishing his beer as he's like walking up to it, and he like swaggers up to this dude who's like half a head taller than him. And Jim Bob takes his beer can and just bashes it against his head.
Oh.
And then goes, what of it? And the guy goes, and then the car starts and Jim Bob just like leans back and like falls into the passenger seat. And then we drive off.
Full on
Through
Dukes
like
of
the
Hazzard.
open window?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like legs dangling.
I like
Meanwhile-
that the beer gut guy in full mop gear goes butt first into the window with the legs just going.
Meanwhile, Peggy is singing "Gold Grease Lightning Burning Up the 405." Grease lightning, gold grease lightning.
I'm singing along.
All right.
Oh man.
All right. So that was
Before we-
our next tick.
Before we kick off to the next tick,
Yes.
because that is 2 out of 4 ticks on the clock.
Uh-huh.
I vote we take a quick break here.
I agree.
Especially because we hit the 45-minute mark and we should do a save.
Pause.
That's also true. Also, I finished my tea, so time for another drink.
Yay!
Okay, we're live.
Haha.
Okay, so we are now in a stolen car.
A stolen PT Cruiser.
A stolen PT Cruiser. Is there anyone who's not got any drunk ticks at this point? You don't. You're driving. You hotwired it. You're driving.
Yeah, I hotwired it. I'm not driving.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So Bill is driving the car. We are almost to our pier, and I have it went this way around last time, or this way around.
That was counterclockwise.
So you're giving a problem to me
Yes.
is what happens
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So I need to get a problem for Bill. Okay, Bill. What is the problem? I'm trying to come up with a problem that would be fun to be solved with flipping. I can't come up with anything. All right, so here's the problem we've come across. The pier that we're going to be at is in sight. However, there is a huge like ice flow that was pushed up out of the water onto the land due to some movings in the lake.
Oh no.
And so now the road is like covered in this like 12-foot ice dam. How do we get around it?
Okay, so here's a quick question about said 12-foot ice dam.
Yeah.
Is it like the typical lake push where it's sheets of ice that have been stacked on top of each other? Or is it a single chunk of ice?
Which is harder?
Which is easier to flip?
Easier to flip is a single chunk. Harder is going to be multiple chunks just because that's going to eat up more time.
Yeah. Okay, let's say that, okay, for realism, let's say it's that lake style. But like Lake Superior gets a lot of shit ton of ice, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so this is like a big ass chunk.
Superior has its own freaking icebergs, man.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got a 12-foot high ice dam in the middle of the road. Looking around it as much as we can see the pier.
Uh-huh.
If I'm hearing this right.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Back in my days as a linebacker, my entire shtick was to know exactly where the wall was and how to hold the wall, keep there from being any gaps. So I knew where to spot the gaps. I knew how to spot the gaps, where they were, spot the weak points, and either exploit them or protect them. So applying that knowledge very liberally here, I basically walk up and down the dam to find out where's the thinnest point with either one or two pieces of ice to that we can use to cause a much bigger hole.
Okay.
All right.
The idea is I'm going to take one of those pieces of ice and applying basic physics, we're going to flip it.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So you're going to use both of your things
Ideally.
to linebacker it and flip it.
Yep.
Excellent. Do you want assistance? Do you think you would like assistance? Does anyone have an idea of how they could potentially assist with this?
Ooh. Not me, I don't think. We're on foot.
For now,
Nothing to gamble, I guess.
we're gonna get back in the car,
All right.
but I've got the keys right now.
Feel free to say no.
No.
But my knowledge of astrology and astronomy, could I maybe use the stars to time it with the waves so that he's not pushing against or they're not pushing against the waves? Or
It's on a road, right? Not in the water.
I didn't know how close it was.
It's been pushed up on.
Yeah, it's been pushed up
Okay.
onto the...
All right, then that's not going to work.
I do like the idea of
I was
of
trying
somehow,
so hard. I was stars,
channeling
moon.
tide magic all of a sudden.
How about I use my very hard head to help you as a fulcrum point?
I'll take it. I will take it.
I'm you're like, you push here, and I'm like, okay, head goes here, and
That is a 4, a 6, a 1, and I can't see the last one.
4.
And another 4.
all right, that is a 6. We are successfully able to move the ice flow.
Well, here's the thing. I was trying to lift it, I was trying to figure out how to do this, and then it's like this is the last big chunk. It's like a 6-inch sheet, couple of feet wide, but it's a 6-inch thick sheet of ice. And I'm trying to lift it and flip it up and out of the way, and out on a just on a whim. I'm pushing up. That's not working. What if I pull down and it goes? Plops up and over, does a perfect 360 and lands on top on the other side. And that's when I realized I had pulled down onto your head.
Excellent.
Oh,
yeah. And
you were the fulcrum.
Yep,
You
I was
were the fulcrum.
Yeah.
Peggy holds up a sign that says 9.5.
I clap.
Excellent. All right, so we are on. We have 4 ticks of our phonometer left. We are getting there. What is the problem that Peggy has to solve?
Well, here's the deal. We found the pier. We were promised a shelter. Not a boat house, but like a boat tarp. I don't know what to actually call it.
Like a lean-to or something?
Yeah, it's like the lean-to you see on a dock to cover a boat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we were promised. And the poles are there. There's nothing to protect us from the elements to let us actually watch and enjoy.
Okay. Huh. I think Peggy is going to use her theater skills, specifically high school theater, and she says, "Everyone, take off those hazmat suits. Give them here." And
Okay.
she's going to take them apart and then like stitch them together as a tarp to stretch over it. And she says, "We had to do this when we did Julius Caesar. We only had the tablecloths, and we had to make a bunch of doublets out of the tablecloths for the kids. So I can whip these up real quick here. Lickety split." That is a true story from my college theater days.
All right.
Amazing.
So 1 for reasons, 1 for theater background.
Sure.
Astrology doesn't really work here. All right, here we go.
I will.
Do you think anyone could assist?
Oh, we can always use extra hands there. Always glad to have some grown-up volunteers, some parent volunteers. Get in here, y'all.
Yeah.
I will assist. There's some extra green fabric in there you didn't realize was you didn't that wasn't part of the hazmat suits.
Did you bastard? That's my shirt. You stole my shirt.
And I think in the fiction of this, I think maybe we're all helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mechanically, only one of us can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 3 4s.
But that is a success.
That is a success.
Technically a
It's a
success.
success.
But you also get a little drunker.
Ooh, I'm feeling nice and loose.
Yeah.
Getting a little loopy out here.
Careful
at
with
the
that
end of the
needle.
world.
You just stabbed me with it.
Ooh, a little blood never hurt anybody. And I'm like chasing you around with a needle. Oh, I'm just joshing you.
All right, so we managed to make ourselves a little shelter out of our hazmat suits. We certainly didn't need those, right?
Right.
And so what is the problem that Ruby has to deal with?
Yeah, I think we have a moment of stasis, right? Where, we're, about an hour out from midnight and getting ready. She's making some more drinks and passing them out. She brought some bars for everyone. And we're just having a little snack. And then from the woods around us, we hear...
Oh, no.
And a flock of eldritch chickens start moving towards the lake to herald the coming of Cthulhu.
I've
Okay.
never seen Max more terrified.
Oh, my God. Fuck. Okay, so the scene of this, beach, woods behind, we are all spread out on a dock. I think maybe we found some, like, lawn chairs and stuff like that we're sitting on. We've all got our drinks in beer koozies, of course, to keep warm. Maybe somewhere somebody procured like a generator or something that's providing a little light, and it's actually pretty cozy. And then we hear the chicken sounds. I think. Yeah. Jesus.
All I can think back to is Alan Tudyk in his entire shtick about I studied at Juilliard.
Yeah.
I am a chicken.
I went to Juilliard for this.
We
So
are the
you-
heralds. The heralds of the Dark One. Back! Bow before our beaks.
So you established that you brought some bar snacks, right? Mm. Okay. I'm going to assume in there that you brought a big thing, like a Costco Kirkland size, like, thing of bar nuts.
Oh yeah, bar nuts, lemon bars.
Shit from behind the bar. Yeah, okay. So I reach into your apparently like carpet bag of holding.
Oh
and
yeah,
pull out
it's a full-on Mary Poppins
a
bag.
full Mary Poppins situation here, and I am gonna say, leave it to me. Leave it to me. I saw this in Vegas once, and I go and I'm gonna make like a trail of appetizing bar nuts and snacks
Oh yeah.
to direct the chickens away from us. So like throwing them from where we are in like a line in the hopes of leading the chickens away from where we are and leading them down to the beach.
All right.
That is a hell of a gamble.
Yeah. Yeah. So for an assistance, I would imagine that Jim Bob, the darts player,
Yes, I'm very good
could
at throwing
assist
things.
us.
Yeah, Jim Bob will happily throw with pixel perfect accuracy these nuts exactly where you need them to be perfectly lining up the trail. So you're out there lobbing them. Jim Bob's lining exactly between your shots so that it's an acceptable trail.
So can I make an argument for my gambler background?
Yeah.
Because I saw this in Vegas.
I think it's a gamble.
And it's a
Like I said,
gamble
it's
for
a hell of a
sure.
gamble.
Okay, here we go.
What if they don't like nuts?
Yeah, what if they? I don't
we
know
got
what
no
chickens
idea.
eat.
There's probably some like
and they're
Chex Mix and stuff in there.
6, 4, and a 3.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So you managed to not get completely intoxicated.
Do I take a tick or my drunk
Nope.
meter? Okay.
No, you got a 6.
Yeah.
So you are guiding these Cthulhu chickens, these deep chickens, away from the camp. Do you have an idea of what that looks like besides what we've already described?
Yeah, I think I just keep like throwing. You and I just keep throwing them, and then occasionally to each other and to the others. And you guys are doing that thing where you open your mouth and get one in your mouth.
Cool.
But then also throwing them in a line, leading the chickens down to the beach. So I think that the chickens, one by one, are following these nuts down through
Into the water.
the cold pebble beach down into the icy water. And chickens are not known to be able to swim, but they submerge beneath the waves, never to be seen again.
Horrifying.
A few minutes later, we just see chickens bob to the
No,
surface.
specifically, we do not.
You do not see them bob. to the
They
Oh,
surface.
just
geez.
disappear
They're deep
beneath the
chickens.
waves.
Well, that gives me shivers right up my spine.
Right? Isn't that the freak? As I say, as I'm throwing word, isn't that the freakiest shit you guys have ever seen?
Well, yeah, they ain't gonna bob
bro.
to the surface. You see the ice there?
Yeah.
All right. What does Jim Bob need to solve for us?
Okay. The hour approaches, and we are fast reaching the end of the night. We are all we're drinking our drinks, eating our snacks, hanging out on the lawn chairs with our blankets and stuff that we found. I think it gets something starts to happen out in the water, and deep waves begin to rise up and start to
Ooh,
crest toward the water where we are. How do you as a person who helped get us here, right? How do you either like keep us safe or find us a new location? Like, how do we batten down the hatches so that we can still keep hanging out on this dock and keeping our cool view?
Okay. So I think. All right, I've got it.
Okay.
So we have a little like kind of lean-to with a little roof on it, and the waves are starting to like lap at the bottoms of our lawn chairs. So we need to move to some higher ground. What Jim Bob does is he spots a bunch of like there's a slightly wrecked ship just kind of nearby, and it's got a bunch of these like empty oil barrels like around it. So Jim Bob takes a bunch of these, and using his head, crushes them into shape to raise our platform up.
You're making a raft?
Yeah, we're gonna get a little raft so that we can put our equipment on.
Amazing.
You're smashing cans against your head. I love it.
Yes,
Technically,
sir.
So
yeah,
good.
Technically, you're
Yeah.
smashing it with your head, 100%.
Would anyone like to assist me in building a raft?
I would love to smash a can against your head.
Excellent.
I mean, I can use theater background making sets to like
Yeah,
help put
that
it
too.
together. As we're doing this, she's singing, I've been standing at the edge of the water for as long as I can remember.
I have rolled a 6.
Nice.
That. Unfortunately,
and
I don't
3-1.
think you are singing that. Moana
Oh,
hadn't
yeah.
come out yet.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Forgot that
You
this
wrote
was
it.
2000 It was actually you.
That's just
all
something I'm
along.
thinking about. I had this idea of a girl growing up in Duluth but never got to go out on the lake. Then one day the lake is like, why don't you come out on me? And she has to go save it.
All right, so
Maybe you wrote the lyrics on a notepad that you forgot in a subway in New York.
Yeah, I never knew you were a revolutionary history buff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have just made ourselves a raft. We are floating on the edge of Lake Superior as it slowly creeps outward.
We brought our lawn chairs
lawn
and our
chairs,
drinks
our
and our bar
drinks.
snacks.
We
Minutes
have,
left in 2011.
Yes, we have one more round, and we have a single tick on our phonometer left.
Ooh.
And that's where
Okay.
we're going to end today's episode.
Is that the end?
Ba-ba-bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
To be continued.
Yes, we're going to do
I'm Manny Elliot. You can find me on Instagram at InCharacterArt, where I do portraits of D&D characters and other fun art things, and I update way less than I should to be plugging it on a podcast.
I'm Matt.
All right, and I'm Tim. Thank you for listening to Table It. You can find us at micro_RPGs on Twitter or email us at microrpgs@gmail.com. Please submit games you would like to hear us play with the subject line New Game. Our theme this episode is Chill Vibra Jazz Theme by Danydory, and we'll see you on the next one.
Oh my god. Amazing.